Now the constitutional amendment bill is to be laid.
Ms. Pragnya.
This bill is introduced by a private member. Private member is a person who is not part of the executive, that is Council of Minister. For a constitutional amendment bill to be passed, it requires special majority, that is 2/3 of present and voting, and 50% of the total strength.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to introduce this bill. Constitution Amendment Bill. The Constitution 129th Amendment Bill 2024. A bill further to amend the Constitution of India. Be it enacted by the Parliament in the 75th year of the Republic of India as follows. This bill may be called Constitution 129th Amendment Bill 2024. It shall come into force on such date as the central government may, by notification in the official gazette, appoint. In the Article 37 under Part 4 of the Indian Constitution, a new clause shall be inserted as 37A that states, these principles are justiciable and can be challenged in any court of law over inaction or non-compliance by the state. The objective of this bill is to emphasize on the fundamental principles of governance and enable even the vulnerable sections of society to avail their basic legitimate rights. This puts forward not only a moral responsibility but also a legal responsibility on the government, which is supposed to establish a welfare state. Madam Speaker, I feel this legal compulsion is required on the ruling government because they have forgotten what they are bound to do. They are doing all the possible things to follow the directive principles of state policy. Madam Speaker, presently India is witnessing a wide gap between rich and the poor. Top 1% is holding 22% of the national income, while the below 50% is holding only just 13% of the national income. Women are not recognized for their unpaid home care work, and they are facing differences in wages. Even justice is being delayed for the poor and needy. Atrocities on Dalits, SCs and STs are on rise. In this decade, there is an increase of atrocities by 23.7%. I repeat, by 23.7%, which is a shame on the government. The government has completely left the agriculture and showcasing skyscrapers and roads in the cities as development. Roadlu buildinglu kadte development అయిపోద్దా? అవునులేండి, రోడ్లు బిల్డింగ్లు కడితేనే ప్రజల సొమ్ముని ఈజీగా దోచేసుకోవచ్చు. Honorable member.
This sheer ignorance of government must be diagnosed with a binding law. I wholeheartedly support this bill. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Minister, Ms. Ankita.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam, it is a very untrue portrayal of the government by the member. She has mentioned about the concentration of wealth in fewer hands, but I want to remind her that it happened during their corrupt government. I want to ask the opposition that during the enforcement of government of constitution, do you know how many members from your party has signed on it? Okay, let's leave it. Mari, your party has ruled from 1950s to 1970s. మరి అప్పుడు దాన్ని జస్టిఫైయబుల్ ఎందుకు చేయలేదు?
Honorable members, please.
ఆర్టికల్ 39A ఎన్ఫోర్స్ చేయడానికి 42nd కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ అమెండ్మెంట్ యాక్ట్, ఆర్టికల్ 43B ఎన్ఫోర్స్ చేయడానికి 97th కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ అమెండ్మెంట్ యాక్ట్ ఎందుకు తీసుకొచ్చారు? వాట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ బిహైండ్ ఇట్? సో పీపుల్ లాస్ట్ ఫెయిత్ ఇన్ యూ. అందుకే ప్రజలు మమ్మల్ని ఎన్నుకున్నారు. డూ యూ థింక్ we came to power for 3 times without following the principles of governance? We promoted self-help groups and MSMEs in rural areas. We gave 33%, I repeat 33% reservation to women in rural areas. Lok Sabha and assemblies. We included 7 women in Council of Ministers. We gave constitutional status to OBC Commission. Even the Prime Minister himself belongs to OBC community. These Parivarvadis couldn't digest the fact that an OBC is leading the country. Thank you, ma'am.
Honorable member, Mr. Ajay.
Honorable Speaker, they have got arrogance over the last 10 years and they have become power hungry. That is why people have reduced their majority they have. They want to come to power by hook or crook. They do not want to legalize the DPS fees because they do not deliver better to the nation of the people. అధ్యక్ష, నేను ఒకటి అడగాలనుకుంటున్నాను ఆ గవర్నమెంట్ని. అసలు వాళ్ళకి ఆ డిపిఎస్ ఫీస్ని పేపర్ పైన ఉంచాలనుకుంటున్నారా, లేకపోతే అసలు అమలు చేసే ఉద్దేశం ఏమైనా ఉందా? వాళ్ళు అమలు చేయరు, ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళకి భయం. ఎక్కడ ప్రజలు క్వశ్చన్ చేస్తారనే భయం. అట్లీస్ట్ ఈ బిల్లుతోనైనా సరే వాళ్ళు అకౌంటబుల్గా ఉంటారని కోరుకుంటున్నాం. ఐ విల్ సపోర్ట్ దిస్ బిల్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Honorable Minister, Mr. Karthikeshwar.
అధ్యక్ష, బహుశా గత 10 సంవత్సరాలుగా పవర్లో లేనందువల్ల అపోజిషన్ పార్టీ మానసికంగా కృంగిపోయి కృషించి సమతుల్యం లేని మాటలు మాట్లాడుతుంది అధ్యక్ష.
No crosswords, please.
ఇంకా డిపిఎస్పీస్ మన కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్ మేకర్స్ ఒక గైడ్లైన్స్ లాగానే ఇచ్చారు, కానీ దాన్ని ఎన్ఫోర్స్బుల్ చేయలేదు, జస్టిఫిబుల్ చేయలేదు. కానీ దానికి కూడా ఒక రీజన్ ఉంది. నో కంట్రీ హ్యాస్ అబండెంట్ ఎకనామిక్ రిసోర్సెస్ అండ్ నో గవర్నమెంట్ హ్యాస్ కుడ్ నాట్ సాటిస్ఫై 100% పాపులేషన్. ఇంకోటి, మా ప్రభుత్వం మాత్రమే బడుగు బలహీన వర్గాల కోసం మా చివరి రక్త బొట్టు వరకు పోరాడుతుంది. మీరు మాకు పాఠాలు నేర్పద్దు, మాకు తెలుసు. ఓబీసీ, ఎస్సీ, ఎస్టీస్ ఇంకా ఇండియన్స్ యొక్క పెయిన్ మాకు బాగా తెలుసు.
Members.
You must remember that the government based on popular vote cannot ignore the DPSPs. And constitution makers also believed in awakening public opinion than in court procedures. So we could not support this bill, which would lead to unwanted complexities in governance and also require huge amount of resources, which is unscientifically possible. Adhyaksha, I repeat, unscientifically possible. So enforcing DPSPs not through court but through laws is best possible way. And even if this misses out, there is final court, that is the court of the people. Thank you.
Now I put the bill for voting. Those who are in favor, please raise the green flags. Those who are against, please raise red flags. I see more red flags. The majority is with non-supporters. The bill is rejected. Honorable members, my decision is final. My decision is final. Please take your seat. Please take your seat.
In the last sitting of the House, a resolution has been passed against the removal of the Speaker.
Honorable members, today I have received a notice of a non-confidence motion against the Speaker. As per procedure, the required number of over 50 votes were received in the proposal. So I will now step down and a Deputy Speaker will take over the conduct the proceedings.
So by today, we complete 14 days from the date of the issuance of the resolution, which is mentioned in the Constitution of India. Now, the Speaker will not be presiding over the House. Instead, Deputy Speaker, Mr. Kashyap, will assume the chair as a chairperson, that is Speaker. However, the previous Speaker will be part of the discussion and voting, that too voting in the first instance. I request all the respected members to stand as the Deputy Speaker is about to arrive. Now, Deputy Speaker, Mr. Kashyap, takes over the chair as a Speaker.
Honorable members, I have been appointed as the presiding officer of this session. We will now proceed with the no confidence motion. The motion will be presented, debated and voted upon. Let us maintain order and decorum throughout the session. I now invite the member who has submitted the motion to read it out and explain their reasons. Ms. Pravalika.
Honorable members, I hereby move the no confidence motion against the Speaker. The reasons for this motion are as follows. Firstly, grave violation of the basic principles of impartiality in exercising her roles as a presiding officer of the Lok Sabha, as in the instance of disqualification of our honorable member Miss Yukti. And then next comes unable to maintain transparency and accountability of the Lok Sabha by siding with the actions of the members of the ruling party. Finally, unequal and discriminate treatment for MPs from the opposition. This motion has been signed by the required number of members and now can be opened for the debate.
Silence. We will now proceed with the debate. Each speaker will have 2 to 3 minutes to present their views. I invite a member supporting the motion to begin. Ms. Manjusha.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, we are deeply saddened to introduce this motion today on the current speaker. We never expected this would happen, but it is inevitable after observing the actions of the speaker. Sir, one more black mark has been added to this parliament by the government. They deteriorated the position of the speaker and made her to take partial decisions in the house. Sir, people elected us and expect us to discuss, debate and deliberate upon the crucial matters of national importance. But what has they done today? Suppressing the questioning voice and throwing away the opposition members from the house. Sir, this action not only belittle the verdict of people, but also a shame to world's largest democracy. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you. I now invite a member opposing the motion. Ms. Lochana.
Sir, today is indeed as a black day, as oppositions has done so low to even remove the speaker from the chair. They have trust issues with literally everyone, be it is Election Commission, Supreme Court, constitutional bodies, central agencies, and even with the people's verdict in the election. Now they have the problem with the speaker. I personally know her from the long years and well aware of the gratitude and well aware of the qualities and values. I do not believe that she has done injustice to her role as the presiding officer. They want to highlight themselves in the media.
She has done that.
Please maintain
She is
silence. Please
biased.
maintain silence.
Speaker is
Honorable members,
biased.
please maintain silence.
Thank you.
Ms. Saveri.
Honorable Sir, it is explicitly visible that the Speaker has been biased in fulfilling her role. She did not give chances for opposition members, nor restrain the ruling members from violating the rules of the House. She has taken decision to disqualify Honorable Member Ms. Yukti from the House under the influence of ruling party.
Silence, silence, please. Please maintain the decorum of the house. Silence, silence. Please maintain the decorum of the house.
It is immoral as they don't follow what they preach. They have splitted parties, taken many members and merged other legislative parties into their party. Where has your ethics gone then? Is it
Silence, silence.
Is your ethics selective and partial? I request all the members to think on this seriously, vote with your conscience and save democracy. We are in democracy which is mean to be rule of law, but I feel that in this temple of democracy the rule is of speaker. I remind speaker that decent decision making and discussion are the core principles of democracy, where dissent is a symbol of opposition, which got suppressed here.
Silence. Mr. Harsha.
Sir, it is unfair to remove a person with long experience in politics and good ethical standards. She has been hearing to the words of both opposition as well as ruling parties equally. If it is...
Please maintain silence. Silence.
If it is not true, how would they keep on talking for long hours during thanks motion, budget, question hour and 0 hour? In fact, many opposition members got multiple chances to talk and raise their issues in the house. If it is not her mistake to disqualify an MP who shifted her party. It is not based on her personal interest or grudge, but because of the petition made by some member. So I request every member to oppose this motion and stand its support to the person with dedication, integrity and impartiality.
Honorable Speaker, you now have the opportunity to respond to the motion.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Member. I firmly reject the accusation made against me.
I have not violated the rules and followed the procedure mentioned in anti-defection law under 10th schedule. I have always maintained transparency and accountability in fulfilling my duties. I never showed impartiality and biasness. I have tried to give fair chances to each and every member, irrespective of their party of affiliation. I trust that the members will vote fairly.
Silence,
Deputy
silence,
Speaker.
please.
మీరు జాగ్రత్త ఈ రోజు కాకపోతే రేపు మిమ్మల్ని కూడా లేపేస్తారా చైర్ల నుంచి.
You can't question me.
Voting on motion.
We will now proceed to vote on the no confidence motion. The voting method will be show of flags. Please ensure your participation. Who are in favor of the motion? Who are against the motion? I think the noes are more. So since the motion has not received the required majority of more than half of the effective strength of the House, it is rejected. The Speaker retains their position. The session is now concluded. Honorable members, thank you for your participation.
As the motion has been rejected by the House, the Speaker reoccupies the chair.
No, we can't do this.
Thank you, honorable members of the House, for having trust in me as the Speaker. I feel that this voting is not just the voting on the office of the Speaker, but the voting on the office of democracy. After all this, I only want to say Satyameva Jayate. Democracy wins. Now the House is adjourned. Signed. The exit is from there. Marshals, please escort the members out of the house.
Opposition, water the hand, please.